Automation trading, what's your thoughts on that? Grid bots, let's discuss it. Let's dig in. Alright guys, and welcome back. Automated trading. Now I'm going to be looking mainly into grid bots. Now grid bots are available on multiple platforms, however we're going to be looking specifically to Bitsgap grid bots, and the reason for this is because they can trail up and trail down with price. So let's have a look. Alright, now let's discuss the grid bots. Before we start, I'm going to give you a quick definition and then we're going to jump into a bit of a graph of what a grid bot looks like, just so you can understand how it works, how it triggers buys and how it triggers sells. So just a quick definition before we start. A grid bot is an automated trading tool that implements the grid trading strategy designed to capitalize on market volatility. It sets up a series of buys and sell orders to regular intervals above and below a set price, creating a grid-like pattern. This strategy allows the bot to buy low and sell high within a specified price range, making profits from market fluctuations without needing to predict market direction. And this to a extent is correct. We don't need to predict market direction with these grid bots. We are going to create a grid range and there's going to be grid lines within, and we're going to try and through our back testing predict that the price is going to stay within the range, and as long as it's staying within the range we are going to generate a bot profit. So this is a grid bot. Obviously on the real scenario when we go on to Bitsgap it's going to look a bit different, but it's going to give you an idea of what it actually is and how it operates. So you're going to have the grid range, which is the length of it, and then you're going to have multiple lines within the grid range. Now let me just clear these out first. These are all determined by us. We input into the bot what range we want and what grid lines we want, and as we mentioned, we're going to do that by backtesting our asset, seeing what range the asset fluctuates in, and the range the grid is going to be designed for that specific scenario. Now these bots do very well in ranging markets. So if there's an asset that's been ranging for quite a long time and you measure it with the measuring tool, and for example you measure from here to the bottom and you find out that a 50% range is ideal, then you set that bot, and as long as the asset is moving within that range, is going to trigger buy and sells. Yes, so as long as it's moving within that range, it's triggering buy and sells. Now how does it trigger buy and sells? So let's say the price is moving up, so it's going to buy here, and as it moves up it'll sell, it'll buy again here at this line, and then it'll sell here. If it goes down it's going to buy, it's going to buy at this line. As it moves up it will sell, it will sell, it'll buy. Every time it moves to a line it will be buying as well, so it'll buy again and sell here. So you can get the idea that the bot will constantly buy and sell as long as it's staying within the range that we've predicted. Now let's say for a worst case scenario, we set up the bot and price is moving in the range. Suddenly something happens, because this can happen within trading, and there's a big drop. What happens here? So here now the price has moved out of our range and it's now outside the grid. Once it's outside the grid, there will be no profit to be made because price cannot trigger buys and sell. So we're now not making any bot profit. So in this case scenario, we have the asset which we're holding in our available balance, and the asset is going to be, the P&L is going to be at a minus because the bot bought. You get the idea, it's buying, but it's not selling because it's not moving up and down. So at this point we are at a loss in the sense of a devaluation of the asset. So the asset is now a less value, so it's showing in our P&L as we are losing a certain amount of money. But as long as we are confident that the asset will go up, then that P&L will go back into profit. So it's basically, as imagine that if you're buying a piece of gold and you bought it at this price and suddenly price dropped and the gold is now at this price. If you sell it at this price, then you're going to lose money, yes, because you actually sold the asset. But if you hold on to that gold and suddenly it recovers and it starts going up, then you're going to start coming back into profit, yes? So that's the way the asset is going to be showing on the P&L as a negative. Now, the other option we have to tackle this is the trailing down, yes, that Bitsgap offers. Now, trailing down is if we set the grid, which we've already set here, it's fixed, but as we see price going down, we're confident that this price is going to go up. We looked at previous dips and we think, listen, this is just a bit of a movement within the price and we believe it's going to go back up. What we can do is we can activate the trailing down, and when we activate the trailing down, it will create grid lines to what we specifically order it to go down to, because we can put a stop trailing down. So we can put a stop trailing down at a certain price where we're telling it, listen, if the price goes below this price, then I want you to stop trailing down, because we don't believe the asset is worth investing any more into it. But in this case, if we want the trading down, we can activate it and it will buy, and it will buy. And if price starts going up, then it's going to sell, buy, sell, buy, buy, sell. And you get the idea. It's going to be doing a constantly buy and sell. And it is constantly going to generate profit as long as the bot is within the parameters that we order it to stay. And if we've done our back testing right and we've set up a duration for how long we want to run this bot, we should be able to make some good bot profit to cover the loss or the devaluation of the asset, which eventually the bot profit will cover the fluctuation of the bearish asset, and we will start to see the profit. So let me try and give you another example before we move on. So if price is moving in, we can see that price has gone up and now we're in a positive P&L. But now we've had a bit of a dip here and we're in a negative P&L. Yes, because the asset was bought here, bought here, bought here, bought here, and bought here. And we've not had enough time to sell our orders. If price just moves within these two, it'll buy, it will sell, it will buy, it will sell, it will buy, it will sell, it will buy, it will sell. Basically, what will happen is, if this carries on going for a long time, the bot profit here, or if we put a grid step percentage that has a high return percentage, the bot will make enough bot profit to cover this loss and start generating profit. Yes? So that's how a grid bot works. It's very powerful if you know how to use it properly. It works for you 24/7, which means it's 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It will be grinding. It's basically the crypto market is open 7 days a week, and these bots will work for you. It's a bit like a set and forget. It's more like a passive income. If you can understand them well and you have a strategy that works and you're launching these bots at the right time, you should be able to generate some nice bot profit without giving too much attention to these grids. Now, I do manual trading and I also do the grid bots, and the grid bots for me are more a long-term thing where I try and set and forget. So they're generating constant bot profit and I'm just leaving them on the sideline, generating and compounding profit for me. So I hope this bit has made sense. If you are struggling to understand it, leave a message in the comments and I'll try to explain it the best way I can. But for now, let's move on to the real deal and let's move on to Bitsgap. All right, guys, and welcome back. This is the Bitsgap backend. As you can see, you got your graph, and I'm currently on my demo account. So I'm going to show you 3 bots. I will take you to one of my trial live accounts. They run on a strategy that I'm trialing out at the moment. But let's go through this one first, just because I want to show you how much bot profit you can generate from these bots, and how the same asset, if you set it up differently, can generate more profit or compound more bot profit. So as you can see here, we have Jasmy USDT and Jasmy USDT again. Now, they're both on different exchanges, but that will not make a difference. They're both set up with the same amount of money invested into them. But the difference is the grid we set up. So on this specific one, the first one, the grid was a bit larger, where on the second one, we did a smaller grid. Now, the second one's a bit more riskier. So we have to keep that in mind as well. So bot number one has been running for a month. It's doing 0.28% daily, which is quite good. In bot profit terms, it's done 8.78 bot profit percentage with 87.87 USDT. Total P&L is 5.82 percentage with a 58.21 in USDT profit. So when I close the bot, this is what I cashed out. Yes. Now, bot number two has been running for 3 days and 20 hours. It's doing 1.11% a day on average. Bot profit is done 4.27%, and in USDTs it's done 42.76. When I closed the bot, it was running at 4.42% and 44.28 profit P&L. So you can see that although this one's been running for a month, it's actually done nearly the same as this one that's been running for 3 days. And the reason is because the second bot, which is this one, has been running on a tighter grid. So as you can see, this one here is representing this grid on top. So it was set with a larger grid, where bot number two had a smaller grid. So the total investment of 1,000 was tied into this small grid, and that's why it did more profit. Now, it is very risky, this one, and you know, it's something that I'm just trialing on a demo. That's why I've done it on demo. It's not something that probably I would take into the real live account, but it does show that if you do your backtesting properly, you can generate more profit on the same asset. Yes, so let me just clear this out before we move on to the live account. So active bots. Okay, so these are the 4 active bots that I have. We can see here they've been running for quite a while, 7 months, 7 months, 4 months, 4 months. So they've had some time to show some performance. And the whole idea with these bots is that I'm going to run them for the long term. Yes, so I'm going to try and leave them for the long term. I'm looking at 1 year plus. Now, these two here, which is DApex and SWG, are a bit of a risk, and I was willing to take that risk just because they were doing high percentage profit. This one is Mars 4 is a project that I believe in, and Solana is a bit of a safer bet because Solana has been around for a long time. Now, as we can see, if we look at DApex, that's doing 0.20 average daily. It's done 24% in bot profit in 4 months, and it's currently minus 7.75 P&L. So that doesn't worry me, because as long as the bot profit is performing, that will overtake and the P&L will come into profit. So it's something that I'm monitoring. I'm quite happy with the performance of the Apex. It's done 124 in 4 months. XWG has been running for 4 months. It's currently doing 22.91%. It's currently minus 28 on the P&L, which is 160 USDT. If I had to close this bot, I will lose 160 USDT. Yes, if I had to close it at this moment, but it's not closed. I'm hoping that it will stay in a range and generate some profit to overcome this, and then we can start going into profit. But like I said, it's a trial risk. I knew that before I went into this bot, and I'm willing to take that risk. Mars, as you can see, Mars, it's currently doing 0.16 in 7 months on average. It's 38.19 bot profit percentage, and it's currently 6.37 and total P&L up. Now, something interesting about this, you can see that it's still in profit. Yes, it's 6% in profit. Now, the one thing I want to show you is, and this is the power of the bots. If you look at this, let's go further up. 1 second. So we're going further up. So this one is Mars. Now, Mars was set at this point in time, which you can see it was set at a peak. Yeah, so the launch wasn't great, and price has dropped all the way down here, and yet I'm still in profit. So that shows you, if I had to buy Mars here and buy and hold, I would currently be in quite a bit of a loss because I'm doing buy and hold. But with the power of bots, and that's why I like bots, is the price was bought all the way up here. Although the price has gone down, I'm still in profit, which is very powerful to know that you can have an asset that even if it goes down, you can still come out at a positive P&L. Now, the reason for this is that the bot had a high percentage of bot profit, and it's constantly buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, and it's doing that all the way, and it managed to come out at a profit P&L at this point. So if this is the resistance point of this bot, I know that I have now nearly covered the full grid, and if the bot stays in this range all the time, I'll be generating passive income. Yes, so that's the power of these bots. Now, if we look at Solana, which is obviously a bit of a safer bet, we can see that it's doing 0.27. It's 64.94 in bot profit percentage with 436.85 USDTs. And as you can see here, the total P&L is 59.27. So if I had to close this bot at the moment, I'll be closing at a profit of nearly 400 USDT, sorry. So yes, Solana, you can see it's the opposite of Mars 4. Now, Mars 4, let me just show you this so we understand, because we did discuss the trailing up and trailing down. So if we go back onto Mars 4, we can see, let it just load up, okay. We can see that the price was launched here, but with the trade, now this one was on a 30% grid, so the grid would have looked something like this when I originally set it up. Yes, so it would have looked something like this. So it's a small grid, but I activated the trailing down, and as you can see, more grids have been produced, and that covered the price going down. Yes, so that's what we call the trailing down. Yes. Now, if we look at the USDT, it's a bit of a different story. The the Solana, not the USDT, Solana, sorry. The Solana has actually trailed up. So this was set up with a 30% grid. Where am I going here? 30%. And price trailed up. Let me try and move this grid. If it let me do it. Will it let me move it? No? Okay. Price trailed up. Got to this stage. And then just trailed down to this point. Yes, which extended it to about 48% grid. So you can see that when it trails up, it cancels all the lines down here because it's buying above and it's not doing any more lines. So your investment will grow with the trail down. Yes. So that's just two scenarios. So as you can see, the bots can be very powerful if they're used and you have a strategy. So as you can see, even if I had to close now, I'll still be, if you had to take these two figures out and these two figures, I'll still be in a profit P&L. But my whole idea is that these bots will run long enough and they'll keep generating bot profit that will put me in a position where I'll be making passive income from them. So yes, that's it for today, guys. I hope you understood a bit of how the trailing up and trailing down kind of works, and you understand how the bot generates profit. I'm going to leave you the links below in the comments, just in case you want to trial this Bitsgap, you know, and you can actually just go to the demo section, create an account, and just play on the demo. You don't have to use real funds. It will give you, I think, 5 or 10 free demos that you can try with about 50k of like paper money, fake money. So you'll be able to practice on your strategies. So I'll leave you the link in the comment below. If you get stuck or you would like me to show you something else in another clip, please just leave it in the comments, and I will do my best to deliver a clip that will suit your needs. But for now, thank you very much and enjoy your day.